Let's talk about Luocha's light cone banner and should you summon on it. We're basically going to be taking a look at all of the light cones on the banner here today, guys. See if they're good, if you should even summon on this banner or waste your materials on this banner. And yeah, let's just talk about everything that this banner has to offer. So immediately I just want to go ahead and say, guys, about the banner, I really don't think this banner is... It's not too good if you don't have Luocha just because of his light cone. Just because it doesn't really affect anyone other than him because he specializes in attacking enemies where... this light cone helps him specialize in that. All of the other abundance characters really don't attack multiple enemies, nor do they attack enemies a lot, so you're not really getting much energy from this. Though the speed buff can be decent on them, but not the best in the world. But we'll talk more about his light cones when we get to it. Let's go ahead and talk about all the light cones on this banner, starting off with the 4 stars first, guys. So first, let's go ahead and talk about Good Night Sleep Well, the Anhility-based light cone. This is supposed to be the light cone on the banner for Pela, though this has nothing to do with Pela. You would not want to use this on Pela just because it doesn't increase any effect hit rate, and she doesn't stack that many debuffs on the enemy. So this just doesn't work too well on Pela. This is more for like Sampo and Kafka. This could be a really good option for Kafka if you plan on pulling for Kafka. I mean, having this light cone right here could be really big for her. And like I said before, this is really good for Sampo. This could even be used on Welt as well if you have Welt, just because he can do quite a bit of damage with his skills and kit and stuff like that. This overall, guys, I mean, this is a pretty good light cone to have for those characters. Like I said, this is not really meant for Pela, so don't summon on the banner for this for Pela. It just is not going to work too well. At S1, guys, it's going to be giving a 12% damage increase up to 3 times depending on how many debuffs the enemies has on them. And then at S5, that's going to increase to 24%, so this really big damage for those characters, like I said before. Talking about Dance, this is honestly one of the best light cones that the Harmony characters can have. What Dance does, guys, is whenever the wearer uses their ultimate, all allies' actions are advanced forward by 16%. This means you're able to use the whole team as fast as possible and speeding up the whole team. It's better than a speed boost because it advances forward their action instead of increasing their speed. And overall, this is just one of the best light cones you can have for all of the Harmony characters. So this right here is just super good for all the Harmony characters. It fits in the slot with all of them, unlike some of the light cones here that only apply to certain characters and certain types. Crave the Moon, Weave the Clouds is pretty good, but it's also a battle pass light cone, so you have to pay money for that. And then finally, Genius's Repose. I mean, this is supposed to be for QQ, but I mean, it doesn't really do too good. It increases the wearer's attack by a certain percentage, and also whenever they defeat an enemy, it increases their crit damage by a certain percentage. I mean, this is not too good. I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the best. There are definitely better options for QQ. I think the free-to-play light cone is even better for QQ. Overall, guys, the 4-star light cones here are not really good for their respective characters on the actual Luocha banner. Like, for sure, all the Harmony characters can use Dance. It's really good for just about all of them. But I mean, Good Night Sleep Well doesn't work well on Pela, and also Genius's Repose is not really good for QQ either, if I'm being honest with you. So for that reason alone, I can't really say to summon on the banner. If you're pulling these light cones for them, they have better options. Like, if you plan on pulling for Kafka, it could be a decent option to actually roll on the banner to get Good Night Sleep Well for Kafka, or even for your Sampo as well. And then also Dance, like I said, is just good for every Harmony character. So you do have 2 out of the 3 light cones here for the 4 stars anyways. They can be used for other characters. Just most of them are not best in slot for their respective characters on the Luocha banner. Now, guys, let's talk about Luocha's light cone itself here. Like I said before, this can really only be used on Luocha, guys. So let's talk about the ability here a little bit. It's going to be increasing the wearer's attack. Also, whenever the wearer uses an attack for each different enemy the wearer hits, it regenerates 3 energy. Each attack can regenerate energy up to 3 times this way. After the wearer uses the ultimate, increases all allies' speed by 12 for 1 turn. This is just really meant for Luocha because his ultimate will attack every single enemy, meaning you're getting like, what, 9 energy back every time you use his ultimate, and then every time you do a basic attack, you're getting more energy back on top of that, just slowly charging all of that energy back up. It's just really good for Luocha. Can't really be used on any of the other abundance characters though. It doesn't really do that well. It doesn't increase the healing that you do, and this also increases his attack. So I mean, like, overall, it's not too good of an option for anyone else. So if you do have a Luocha, this is really good, but if you don't, it's just kind of copium, brother. I don't know, man, what to tell you. It's just really not that good. So I mean, like, all in all, guys, as far as the banners, like, value goes, it's really worth it if you did pull Luocha and you want to pull for Kafka. If you're wanting to get those two characters, then this has pretty good value to it, I would say. If you don't plan on pulling for Kafka and you don't have Luocha, this banner really has just about no value at all to you, in my opinion. It's just not really that good, honestly. So it really depends on what you have, guys, what you're planning to summon for in the future. And yeah, so that's really going to do it for today's video. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below if you think I'm copium, because a lot of you probably will think I'm copium on that. So yeah, anyways, that's going to do it, guys. See you in the next one later. Bye-bye.